Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'm blessed to be able to do this. I'm blessed to be able to speak to you. And today is a divine message from your spirit guides and from God. To start off, I like to read some passages I read this morning, short passages from books that resonated with me very well. This one is from Christ, the Eternal Tao. And this passage represents the power of Christ consciousness. I am the way, said the pre-eternal Word, as through the Word, all things come into being from the mind. So through him do all things return to the mind. Therefore the ancient sage said, the movement of the way consists in returning to the source. The Word is the only way by which they came, and he is the only way by which they can effect their return. For no one goes to the mind except through the Word. He is the only way which is natural for them to follow. It is he who fills, it is he who empties. He empties himself, that with himself he might fill all things. He allows himself to be torn down, that through him all things might be raised up, and relinquishing his utter transcendence, he goes forth from himself in the abundance of his love, that all things might go to him, returning to the source. Very beautiful. Then we have another one from this awesome book, The Eagle's Gift. What do you think I should do? I asked. You must let go of your desire to cling, she said. The same thing happened to me. I held on to things, such as the food I liked, the mountains where I lived, the people I used to enjoy talking to. But most of all, I clung to the desire to be liked. Now is the time to let go of all of that, she said. In order to lose your human form, you should let go of that ballast. You counterbalance so hard that you paralyze yourself. Then, passage from the prophet. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, Speak to us of children, as he said. And he said, Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backward, nor tarries of yesterday. You are the bows from which your children are living arrows and are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, and his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. And lastly, we're going to go through the Tarot of the Divine book. We're reading one card a day and its meaning. Today is the Empress. Keywords: creation, prosperity, fecundity. Not sure what that word is. The mother to all. This mixed race woman represents the merging and unification of multiple cultures. The blessing hands, a saint revered for her miracles of healing. Her gentle hands represent peace, health, and security. The Virgin of Guadalupe caused these summer flowers not native to Mexico to bloom in winter, symbolizing hope, virility, and abundance. Warmth. The sun represents warmth, hopefulness. The sun helps plants grow, but like an overbearing mother, can also burn. The tunic and mantle. The flowery red tunic represents the earth, while the starry blue mantle represents the sky. Together they embody the meeting of the mortal and the divine. Reflections. What do I need to nurture? What will help me grow to my fullest potential? What might I need to heal? How can I be more compassionate to myself or others? Is anything stifling me? The Empress represents nurturing, motherhood, healing, and flourishing nature. So, guys, today I feel the message is to let go of all of that you cling on to and embrace this Empress energy. Love because you are filled with love. Do not love because you want something or you're scared to lose something. And that is only built through your solitude, through the work you put in, through your relationship with yourself. Regardless of your relationships, it's always necessary to have a balanced relationship with yourself. And one big thing is to strive to be free of thought. If there's something bothering you, if there's an attachment you have, whether it's a substance, a person, that attachment is not the problem. The problem is you, your guilt, you're debating on how to explain these things. How can you logically explain the things that you love to the people you love? So, what we all must learn is to take each moment as a gift. The sickness of attachment is an attachment to the future. And the past. It's trying to logically explain yourself and worried about what you're going to do when God intended us to be here and now. You're wasting God's gift if you're not in the present moment. So, we're going to pull some cards. Let's see if there's any messages Spirit wants to read. Spirit, anything that the collective needs to hear today? King of Wands, gorgeous. Four of Coins. Anything else, Spirit? Queen of Swords. Okay. So, anything else? Alright, so first what came out is the King of Wands, and I see this as the king of intuition. This is really, you have mastered your intuition, and even if you don't feel like you have, the work that you put in every day is adding up, and you are a king. You are the King of Wands. This is you. And there's this Queen of Swords, the Queen of Thought. This could be an external person. This could be someone that you're connecting with, but it's also you see. These two together is what we need to be. It's This is your intuition. This is your thought. Once you've mastered your thought, thoughtfulness will no longer be a burden. It'll actually be your biggest ally, because what seemed like a burden, what seemed like you were being an overthinker, is now transformed into having no thought. And what comes into your head is now divinely orchestrated. And even if it's painful to think about, you are able to encode it, and you know there's a meaning behind it. That is this King of Wands, because you're connected to the source. You're connected to God. And the only thing stopping this is, like I'm saying, the Four of Coins. It's clinging on to your worth. You feel there's a need to really prove your worth. And that's now of the past. That's something that we need to all work on. Clinging on to all of what you own. I feel like this is clinging in a state of fear. This is what's stopping us, but through the balance of these two sources, whether this is a different person, regardless, needs to be the union within. This is coming into fruition. These two divine sources are working together. And I think, bringing it back to the Empress energy, it's very important that we do this in a nurturing way, in a way of love, releasing all attachment, releasing all ego. And you are loving because you are filled with love, and you want to love those who you love. And this is happening. This is coming into fruition. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for fueling my love. Thank you for listening. I love you all. Goodbye.